We are talking about two different cases here. In the first, the actions of federal agents were scrutinized and dissected here for more than 6 hours today. And on the second, well, I want you to take a look at these temporary barricades. These are just one precaution put in place to make sure that the federal building stays open and operating. And that is now a key point in the arguments in front of the Supreme Court.
You know, what we have here is a legal roller coaster.
That's our legal analyst, Irv Miller, reacting after lawyers for the city and the state of Illinois urged the Supreme Court to keep a lower court ruling in place, one that bars the Trump administration from deploying the National Guard here. But filing their arguments just as another court allowed for guardsmen to deploy in Portland, Oregon.
The difference is Chicago was never shut down. We had peaceful protests, however, there were some incidents, but Portland was actually shut down for 3 weeks.
Miller says he was surprised to see more than just the state's arguments on the Supreme Court website. It was joined by several amicus briefs, or letters of support from various groups, including a bipartisan group of 26 former governors, from former U.S. Army and Navy secretaries, and 4-star admirals and generals, plus 21 states and the District of Columbia. Very
unusual to see all those amicus briefs, all those different geographical factors coming to play for the same thing.
Simultaneously, leaders from ICE and Customs and Border Patrol called in front of Judge Sarah Ellis in Chicago to explain their actions after a temporary restraining order limited their use of chemical agents against peaceful protesters and reporters.
I basically think she's there to monitor, make sure that everything stays okay, that ICE isn't using excessive force, that the body cameras are being used, that tear gas isn't being used unless there's warnings ahead of time.
On the use of tear gas in Albany Park, October 12th, a Border Patrol leader explained the subjects that were blocking our egress were linking their arms together. And of the incident in the East Side neighborhood, October 14th, with several canisters used, he explained the scene again was just becoming unsafe.
Judge Sarah Ellis today has ordered that Border Patrol Chief Greg Bavina will also sit down for a 2-hour deposition, information that she will consider when they are back here again on November 5th. And now when it comes to the Supreme Court, Justice Amy Coney Barrett could issue a decision really at any time. If she decides, though, to take that in front of the full court for a full vote, well, we would have to wait a little bit longer on that issue involving the National Guard. From Dirksen Federal Courthouse, Sarah Maki, CBS News, Chicago.